I need to tell you something that most people will never hear in their whole lives. It's not in school, it's not from your parents, and it's not what society wants you to know. Most men go to the grave blind. They don't see how the world really works. They never learn why they lose in business, in relationships, and in life. That blindness is not an accident. It's built into the system, because once you see the truth, you can't go back to being harmless and easy to control. 500 years ago, a man named Niccolò Machiavelli wrote a book that explained these truths. His book was banned by the church. It was hidden, attacked, and condemned. But in secret, it was read by kings, generals, and later by CEOs and presidents. They used it as a manual for power. Machiavelli didn't write dreams. He wrote about reality. Not how people say they act, not how we wish humans would act, but how people actually act when you strip away the mask. And here's the hard truth. People who know these rules are using them against you every single day. At work, in politics, in money, even in love. They are already playing the real game. So why didn't your father tell you? Why didn't your teachers explain it? The reason is simple. Because they didn't know it themselves. And because society trains people to believe that seeing the world as it is makes you cold. That strategy makes you manipulative. That power makes you evil. But the opposite is true. Ignorance is not goodness. Ignorance is weakness. And weakness always has a price. If you want to survive in this world, you must face how it works. You must accept that people are not logical. You've been told that humans think carefully before making choices, that they weigh facts and compare options. That is a lie. Machiavelli saw it centuries ago. He wrote, "Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see and few can feel." The meaning is clear. People make decisions by what they see, not by what is real. They choose what feels good, not what is good. Look around. A friend who ignores your advice because the truth is painful. A worker who wastes money even while broke because spending feels good. A woman who says she wants kindness but runs back to the man who treats her badly. This is the first truth. People are moved by feelings, not logic. Now you'll see why feelings control every decision, why facts don't matter, and how those who master emotions can control any room they walk into. You've been told all your life that people are rational, that we make choices after thinking carefully, that we weigh risks and rewards, but that is not how people act. Machiavelli understood this long ago. He saw that people do not move because of logic. They move because of feelings. He wrote that men judge more by what they see than by what they touch. In other words, appearances control decisions. Look at daily life. A friend asks for advice but ignores you when the truth hurts. A man says he wants to save money but keeps wasting it on things that make him feel better in the moment. A woman says she wants someone kind but keeps chasing the man who treats her badly. This is not logic. This is desire. Once you accept that feelings rule decisions, you stop wasting time trying to convince people with facts. You stop arguing with evidence because facts rarely win. Feelings win. The man who understands feelings controls the room. He does not argue to prove he is right. He makes people feel he is right. That is far more powerful. Think about history. Hitler did not rise with statistics. He rose with speeches that inflamed anger and fear. Companies don't sell soda by showing the formula. They sell happiness in a bottle. Religions do not grow because of logic debates. They grow because of hope, fear, and desire. This is the first dark lesson. Stop trying to change minds with facts. Start shaping emotions. Want someone to follow you? Don't just tell them what is good for them. Show them how it makes them feel strong, safe, or proud. Want influence over a partner? Don't argue about what is logical. Make them feel the pain of losing you or the joy of pleasing you. Want to win in business? Forget endless data. Build a story that makes people believe you are the one who cannot be ignored. The man who fights with facts is a teacher. The man who guides with feelings is a leader. And once you understand this, you start seeing the world differently. Look around you. The politicians smile. The influencers brand. The excuses of your co-workers. They are all about shaping feelings, not about sharing truth. Once you see this, you also see the mask behind every move. Every action hides a need, a fear, or a hunger. And once you learn to see those, you can pull the strings. But if people are ruled by feelings, then loyalty itself is not real. You'll see why loyalty is fragile and often just an illusion. If people are driven by feelings, then loyalty becomes a problem, because loyalty looks solid on the surface, but it breaks the moment feelings change. You've been told that loyalty is everything. Be loyal to your friends. Be loyal to your company. Be loyal to your partner. But the truth is different. Machiavelli wrote, "Since love and fear can hardly exist together, if we must choose between them, it is far safer to be feared than loved." He saw that love is fragile. Love is conditional. Love lasts only while it benefits the one giving it. You already know this. A friend who disappears when you have nothing to give. A company that says, "We are family," but cuts jobs the moment profits drop. A partner who wants your commitment but keeps her own options open. That is not loyalty. That is self-interest disguised as loyalty. Most men do not want to admit this. They hold on to loyalty even when it is not returned. They think it makes them noble, but it only makes them weak. Loyalty without reciprocity is not strength, it is foolishness, and the world uses fools. Look at powerful men. They are not blindly loyal. They do not keep giving after betrayal. They are strategically loyal. They know that loyalty is a contract, and when the contract is broken, all bets are off. This is the second dark lesson. Never waste loyalty on people who do not return it. Give loyalty, but test people first. See how they act when they gain nothing from you. Notice who stands with you when there is no benefit for them, and when they fail the test, cut them off. If you want to understand this lesson more deeply, I suggest you watch my video called "The Most Powerful Trait of Truly Confident Machiavelli." In that video, I explain the hidden quality that separates men who are respected from those who are ignored. It is not charm, it is not wealth, it is not luck. It is the ability to project confidence in a way that demands respect and discourages betrayal. When you combine what you learn here with the trait explained in that video, you will have a stronger shield against disloyalty. Loyalty feels noble, but blind loyalty is dangerous. It ties you to people who will use you until you break. Real strength is knowing when to give and when to walk away. But if loyalty can collapse so easily, what protects you from betrayal? Now you'll see why reputation is stronger than love, loyalty, or trust. If loyalty is fragile, then what truly protects a man? Machiavelli gave the answer. Not love, not loyalty, reputation. A man without reputation is already weak. People do not see his value. They do not fear him. They do not trust him. He is ignored. And once you are ignored, you are finished. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." This is the truth. People do not care about your true self. They care about the image they see. This is where many men fail. They confuse authenticity with exposure. They overshare. They show weakness. They explain every doubt. They cry about being misunderstood. They reveal everything in the name of honesty. And then they wonder why no one respects them. The world does not reward full honesty. The world rewards strategic honesty. You show only the parts of yourself that serve your goals. The rest stays hidden. Reputation is your armor. It protects you before you even walk into the room. A strong reputation makes enemies hesitate. A weak reputation makes even friends doubt you. History proves this. Alexander the Great spread stories that he was untouchable. His enemies believed it before the battle began. Steve Jobs built a myth around himself. People called it a reality distortion field. Investors, rivals, and workers followed him because his reputation made him look unstoppable. Compare this to men who complain, explain, and beg to be understood. They are pitied, not respected. They are weak, not strong. Reputation is like fire. If you ignore it, it dies. If you spread it recklessly, it burns you. But if you control it, it gives light, fear, and respect. So guard your reputation more carefully than money or relationships. Money can be earned again. Relationships can be rebuilt. But a broken reputation is almost impossible to restore. How do you build a strong reputation? First, stop whining. Present solutions instead of problems. Second, don't always be available. Scarcity creates value. Third, never explain your choices to people who have no power over you. Your silence speaks louder than endless explanations. Once you learn to control your image, you control how people treat you. That is the truth Machiavelli left for us. Most men believe peace is normal and war is the exception. Machiavelli said the opposite. He wrote, "There is no avoiding war. It can only be postponed to the advantage of others. Conflict is not rare. Conflict is constant. It is always happening, even when you cannot see it. The only question is whether you are prepared. Think about your career. Someone is watching you, waiting for your mistake so they can take your place. Think about your relationship. There is always another man ready to step in if you grow weak. Think about your social life. People push your limits to see how far you will bend. This is the battlefield. If you are not ready for war, you have already lost. The strongest men are not surprised by conflict. They expect it. They prepare for it long before it comes. A warrior does not sharpen his blade when the enemy arrives. He sharpens it every day, even in times of quiet. Look at business. Amazon stockpiles cash and crushes competitors before they become strong. In politics, nations build weapons and make alliances even during peace. In personal life, the man who saves money when times are good survives when times are bad. The man who trains his body when he is not threatened can protect himself when danger arrives. Machiavelli gave an animal parable. The lion cannot protect himself from traps. The fox cannot protect himself from wolves. A man must be both, a fox to see danger, a lion to fight it. Most men choose only one. They are clever, but weak, or strong but blind. Both are destroyed. The man who is both lion and fox becomes untouchable. This is the dark law. Do not start wars, but be prepared to finish every single one. Here's a secret. The man who is visibly prepared for war rarely has to fight. Why? Because predators look for weak targets. If you radiate strength, they pass you by. So prepare when nobody is watching. Train your body. Build your savings. Study when others waste time. Forge yourself into a weapon before the battle arrives. When the storm comes, you will not panic. You will already be ready. But most men never reach this level. They still believe that being nice is strength. They think avoiding conflict makes them good. They think saying yes to everything keeps them safe. It doesn't. And that brings us to the next lie society told you. You were told that being nice makes people like you. Your parents, your teachers, even your friends told you this. Be agreeable. Don't upset anyone. Keep the peace. But they lied. Machiavelli saw it clearly. He wrote, "Men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims for his deceptions. People confuse weakness with goodness. They confuse obedience with virtue. They confuse being nice with being valuable. And that is why nice men often end up ignored. Look around you. Women say they want nice men, yet many choose men who break rules. Companies praise team players, but promote the ruthless strategist. Society rewards rebels, not rule followers. Here is the truth. Nice is not the same as good. Nice means avoiding conflict because you are afraid. Nice means saying what people want to hear just to be liked. Nice means chasing approval, hoping someone will validate you. Good is different. Good is telling the truth no one else dares to say. Good is standing firm on principle even when it makes you hated. Good is protecting your family even when it costs you. Nice men chase approval. Good men earn respect. And here is the twist. Women don't respect the nice man. Bosses don't trust the nice man. Friends don't follow the nice man. Because niceness without strength is weakness in disguise. History shows this. Caesar, Alexander, Napoleon, they could be generous, but only when it made them stronger. They could be merciful, but never at the cost of power. Modern leaders are the same. Presidents, CEOs, champions. They are fair, yes, but they are not weak. They don't beg to be liked. They demand respect. This is the lesson. You can be kind without being weak. You can be good without being nice, but you cannot be respected if you are weak. Strength with kindness is magnetic. Weakness with niceness is poison. Stop trying to be liked. Start working to be respected, because in the end, the choice is clear. You can be feared, you can be loved, or you can be ignored. And being ignored is the worst fate of all. But even strength and respect are not enough, because betrayal is always close. Now you'll learn why love and loyalty collapse, but fear lasts long. Your father probably told you loyalty is everything. Stay loyal to friends, stay loyal to your company, stay loyal to your partner. But Machiavelli saw a harsher truth. He wrote, "It is far safer to be feared than loved." Why? Because love is fragile. Love is conditional. Love lasts only as long as it serves the other person. You've seen this. A friend who calls only when he needs something. A company that talks about family, but cuts you the moment it saves them money. A partner who says forever, but leaves when someone better arrives. That isn't loyalty. It's self-interest wearing the mask of loyalty. Most men refuse to admit this. They keep giving loyalty even when it isn't returned. They think it makes them noble, but it makes them weak. Loyalty without reciprocity is not strength. It's foolishness, and fools are always used. Strong men think differently. They give loyalty, but only to those who prove they deserve it. They are generous, but they are also ruthless when loyalty is broken. They know loyalty is a contract, and when the contract is broken, all bets are off. Think about it. Do powerful men stick around after betrayal? Do they stay when they are disrespected? Number. They cut ties. They protect their strength. They keep moving forward. This is the dark lesson. Loyalty is not about endless giving. It is about balance. It is about testing people, watching how they act when there is nothing in it for them. Those who remain, those are worth loyalty. The rest are not. A man who demands loyalty but never gives it back is a tyrant. A man who keeps giving loyalty to those who betray him is a slave. Both are destroyed. You must choose another path. Be the wolf, not the dog. Stand beside people who earn it. Show your teeth to people who don't. Because when you trust love and loyalty alone, you invite betrayal. When you understand fear, you protect yourself. Love without fear invites weakness. Fear without love ensures survival. This is why Machiavelli's warning still matters. If you rely only on love, you will be broken. If you rely only on loyalty, you will be used. If you build respect through fear, you survive. If loyalty is weak and love is fragile, then what protects a man from betrayal? Machiavelli's answer is clear. Reputation. A man's reputation is more powerful than his money, his words, or even his skills. It shapes how others treat him before he even speaks. With a strong reputation, enemies hesitate. With a weak reputation, even friends doubt you. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few know what you really are." He understood that the world doesn't reward your true self. It rewards the image you project. This is why many men fail. They think being authentic means showing everything. They share their fears, their doubts, their weakness. They believe honesty means full exposure. But the result is not respect, it is pity. The world does not want all of you. It wants the version that appears competent, strong, and valuable. This is not deception. This is survival. Look at history. Alexander the Great spread stories that he was untouchable. His enemies believed it before the battle even began. That belief helped him win. Look at Steve Jobs. He did not just create products. He built an aura. People called it a reality distortion field. Investors, workers, and rivals treated him like he was different, even when he was human like everyone else. His reputation bent reality. Reputation is like fire. Left alone, it dies. Spread recklessly, it burns you. Controlled carefully, it gives you warmth, light, and power. Guard your reputation more fiercely than money. Money can be earned again, but a broken reputation can take a lifetime to rebuild if it ever comes back at all. How do you protect it? First, don't whine about problems. Present solutions. Second, don't always be available. Scarcity creates value. Third, don't explain your decisions to people who have no power over your life. Once you learn this, you stop begging people to see the real you. You stop wasting time on explanations. You start shaping how people see you. That perception is your shield. But even with a strong reputation, you will face enemies. You will face people who want to destroy what you built. And that brings us to Machiavelli's next warning. Because no matter how strong your reputation, conflict never ends. This video, you'll learn why war is always present and why only the prepared survive it. You may think peace is normal. You may think conflict comes only once in a while. Machiavelli warned against this. He said, "There is no avoiding war. It can only be postponed to the advantage of others. War is not rare. It is always here, sometimes loud, sometimes quiet, but always present. In your career, someone is waiting for you to fail so they can take your spot. In your relationship, another man waits for you to slip. In your social life, people push your boundaries to see how far you will bend. This is war. The problem is that most men don't see it. They think peace is the default. They believe conflict is unusual. They wait until they are attacked before they prepare. By then, it's too late. The wise man sharpens his blade even in calm times. The strong man trains when no one is watching. The prepared man builds resources when others waste them. That is how survival works. History proves this. Nations that prepare in peace survive in war. Businesses that plan ahead crush competitors before they become strong. Men who train their bodies and minds before danger arrives stand firm when the storm comes. Machiavelli compared men to animals. He said a leader must be both lion and fox, a lion to frighten wolves, a fox to see traps. One without the other is doomed. Most men choose one. They are clever but too weak to fight, or strong but blind to danger. Both are destroyed, but the man who is both lion and fox is untouchable. This is the law. Don't start wars, but be ready to finish everyone. And here's the twist. The man who looks ready for war rarely has to fight. Why? Because predators sense strength. They go after easier prey. That is why you must radiate readiness, not recklessness, not violence, just clear strength. When people see you are prepared, they think twice before testing you. So train when nobody cares. Save when nobody expects it. Study when others are distracted. Build allies when you don't need them. Forge yourself into a man who is ready before the battle starts. When war comes, and it will come, you will not panic. You will already be sharp. But even with preparation, many men still fall. And the reason is simple. They confuse being nice with being strong. They think kindness without strength makes them good. But in truth, it makes them prey. People like to believe honesty rules the world. They tell you truth rises, that integrity wins, that the honest man is rewarded. But history proves something else. Machiavelli wrote, "A prince never lacks legitimate reasons to break his promises." He understood that deception is not rare, it is constant. It is not corruption, it is survival. Look at nature. The fox pretends weakness to lure prey. The snake hides before it strikes. The anglerfish waves its lure until the victim swims into its mouth. Humans act the same. Politicians sell dreams they never plan to deliver. Corporations market poison as happiness and freedom. Even in homes, promises of forever often last only until sacrifice is required. And yet men cling to honesty as if it will protect them. They think being good is enough. They think truth will save them. Fools. Machiavelli saw through this illusion. The deceiver never lacks victims because people are simple. They want to believe the lie that comforts them. Here is the hard truth. If you refuse to deceive, you will still be deceived. If you refuse to play the game, you will still be used as a piece on someone else's board. Does this mean you should lie constantly? Number. That is stupidity. It means you must learn controlled deception. You must know how to use masks. You must hide your true intentions until the time is right. The world does not reward pure honesty. The world rewards strategic honesty. Tell the truth when it strengthens you. Break promises when keeping them will destroy you. And never forget, others are already doing the same to you. This is why honest men are rarely powerful. They become prey. They believe everyone else shares their code, but they are wrong. They give trust too easily. They expose too much. They believe loyalty is permanent. They believe words always match reality. Deception is part of the game. If you cannot use it, you will be destroyed by it. Think of leaders who survived. They all deceived at some point. They promised one thing while preparing another. They hid weakness. They showed strength. They told the story that served them, not the whole truth. This is the law. Deception is not corruption. Deception is survival. Once you accept this, you stop being shocked when people break promises. You stop collapsing when people betray you. You expect it, and you prepare for it. The honest man is not noble. He is prey, but deception is only one weapon. Now you'll see how morality itself is a cage, built by the powerful to control those too weak to resist. You've been told morality is absolute, that there is good and evil, that the righteous are rewarded and the wicked are punished. But history says otherwise. Machiavelli saw it centuries ago. He understood that morality is not truth, it is control. Think about it. Who decides what is moral? Not you, not the masses. The powerful do. When rulers want obedience, they call it virtue to submit. When leaders want sacrifice, they call it honor to die for them. When elites want control, they redefine evil as anything that threatens their authority. And the people accept it, because believing in morality feels safe. It feels like the universe has order, like justice always wins. But justice doesn't always win. The church burned people alive in the name of morality. Nations defended slavery in the name of morality. Modern governments bomb cities and call it defending freedom. The powerful rarely obey the morality they preach. They don't need to. They create it for you. They tell you it's wrong to lie while lying daily. They tell you it's wrong to be ruthless while crushing competitors. They tell you it's wrong to be selfish while hoarding wealth. Why? Because if you believe morality is fixed, you police yourself, you control yourself, you obey rules that were never designed to protect you, only to protect them. Machiavelli wrote, "A prince must learn how not to be good, and to use this knowledge according to necessity." The lesson is clear. Do not become a prisoner of someone else's moral code. Do not believe morality is always truth. See it as a tool. Appear moral when it serves you. Break morality when survival demands it. This doesn't mean becoming cruel for no reason. It means choosing with clarity. A man who clings to morality at all costs becomes a pawn. A man who bends morality when needed becomes a king. And when you strip everything down, loyalty, love, trust, even morality, you find the same machinery underneath, fear and reward, the balance of pain and pleasure. That is what moves people. That is how rulers keep their crowns. That is how corporations keep control. That is how relationships survive. Trust is not stone, it is glass. It shines, it reflects, but it cracks and shatters. Once broken, it is never the same. Weak men beg for trust. Strong men use it, shape it, and never depend on it. Now you see what most men will never see. That people are not rational. That loyalty collapses. That reputation is armor. That war is constant. That niceness is weakness. That deception is survival. That morality is a cage. That trust is glass. You were trained not to know this, but now the blindfold is off. And once you see the world as it is, you can never go back. The question now is not whether you know these truths. You do. The real question is, will you use them or pretend ignorance and remain prey? The choice is yours. You've now seen truths most people will never face. People are ruled by feelings, loyalty is fragile, reputation is power, and trust is glass. These lessons are not comfortable, but they are real. If you want to keep learning how the world really works, subscribe now. That way you won't miss the next video. Watch more videos on this channel for strategies that make you stronger in life, business, and relationships. And comment below with your thoughts. I want to know what you took from this and what you're ready to apply.